When I bought my first drone, I was so pumped. I had this vision of capturing epic mountain flyovers, beach reveals, and cinematic travel shots. My early footage was shaky, boring, and honestly, kind of disappointing. And that's where most people give up. But here's the thing, you don't need to upgrade your drone, you just need to upgrade your approach. So today I'm sharing 7 simple hacks that completely changed the game for me, and they'll do the same for you. Number 1, plan your shots like it's a story. Early on, I'd just take off and wing it. I'd fly around until the battery died, then I'd look at the footage and think, yeah, that's not what I imagined. So here's what changed. I started planning my flights like mini stories. Before I fly now, I use Google Earth to scout out locations. I think about light direction and wind. I walk the space with my phone camera and take photos as references. And I make a basic shot list of what I want. A wide establishing shot, a reveal, maybe a top-down shot. Even something simple like wide shot to show the location, orbit to add movement, then maybe a reveal shot for a punchy ending. This gives your footage structure, and structure tells a better story. Before we continue, I've got something for you. I'm going to give away 2 free Lightroom presets that you can use to instantly enhance your drone photos. They're yours to keep forever when you join my free email list, where I share weekly tips, tricks, and gear insights for beginners who want to get better, faster at photography. The link's in the description as always. Grab them after this video, you'll love what they do to your shots. Now let's jump into hack number 2, and that is manual camera settings. Now auto mode is tempting, but your drone isn't always smart. It reacts to light, but it doesn't understand mood. So manual mode gives you that control. Now with shutter speed, you should stick to double your frame rate. So if you're filming in 30 frames per second, for instance, you should use 1/60 shutter speed. This gives you natural motion blur instead of a jarring, crispy footage. And when it comes to ISO, you should keep it as low as you possibly can, say 100, because a high ISO equals noisy footage. And with white balance, set it manually to whatever environment you're in to avoid those weird shifts mid-shot. You can also use ND filters in bright sunlight. These let you keep that ideal shutter speed without overexposing everything. But here's a pro tip for you. If it's too confusing, start by just locking in your white balance and your ISO. That one step alone improves consistency. Hack number 3 is slow down, smooth out. In my early flights, I was moving the drone like I was playing a video game. It was like this all the time. Fast, jerky, overcorrecting constantly. And one of the biggest cinematic upgrades to my footage was just slowing everything down. Here's how you can do it. You can turn on cine mode if your drone has it, or you can manually adjust your settings to make stick inputs less sensitive. So when you're moving the sticks, your drone doesn't move so aggressively. Practice flying intentionally. Just push one stick at a time, breathe, move slow. And why it works is because slower shots let the viewer take in your scene. It looks smoother, more controlled, and way more professional. Number 4, use foreground for depth. Drone footage can look really flat when everything's far away, like the sky, the land, and nothing is close to the camera. But you want depth, and that comes from foreground elements. You may have heard people referring to this as dirtying the shot. It's when you have things in the foreground, in other words, things closer to the camera, that are not the focus of your shot. Like you could fly past a tree or past a cliff edge or over a rooftop, even a person or a car. It creates a parallax effect and your scene gets depth and movement at the same time. Even simple reveals become more engaging when there's something between the camera and the subject. And a pro tip for you is don't fly too fast or too close, just enough to give the illusion of movement. Hack number 5, fly at golden hour, not midday. Harsh noon light or midday light equals flat footage and blown out skies. But golden hour, that's where the magic really happens. And golden hour is 2 times a day, which is just after sunrise or just before sunset. The sun's low, the light is soft and warm, and shadows are nice and long. Even a boring field can look epic. If you only fly once a day, make it golden hour. Your footage will need less editing and look naturally more cinematic. Hack number 6, learn the reveal shot. This is the first shot that made my friends go, whoa, how'd you do that? It's called a reveal shot and it's storytelling 101. All you have to do is hide your subject, then reveal it by flying up, over, or around an obstacle. It adds suspense to your footage and gives your shot a clear beginning, a clear middle, and a clear end. Now examples of this are, you could basically pull up over a sand dune to reveal the ocean. So when you first see a sand dune, it's just a dune, but then you reveal this massive landscape behind it. Or you could slide sideways from behind a rock to show a cabin, for instance, something like that. You can also rise up from behind trees to reveal a waterfall, for instance. One move, but it says this moment matters. Hack number 7, don't just shoot, edit with purpose. So the final piece of the puzzle is obviously editing. Great footage can feel boring without rhythm, and average footage can look amazing with the right cut and grade. So what I do normally is I trim all the boring parts out of the footage. I cut on the beat of the music as well, because that always gives you that constant rhythm that you need. I sometimes add gentle speed ramps for energy, like I'll speed a bit up or slow a bit down. I use LUTs or color correction to unify the look so all my shots look exactly the same. And I add some titles if there's a story. But even a 30-second reel can feel polished if it flows really well. And a pro tip for this is don't over edit. Let the beauty of the shot just breathe. Now I've got a bonus hack for you. You could use waypoints for smart flight. Not every drone has waypoints, but some drones let you save flight paths called waypoints. And this is perfect for repeatable shots like time lapses or storytelling sequences. Perfect example is, let's say you're filming at golden hour, then again at night. With waypoints you can fly the exact same path at different times. Then you can stitch that footage together showing the two different times of day with two completely different shots, and it looks amazing. It also helps with long complex shots you don't want to mess up. So if you're filming a short film, for instance, and you're doing take after take, you can just keep adjusting your drone and setting those waypoints and just flying the same path over and over again. So 7 plus 1 drone hack that I wish I'd known when I was starting out. And you don't need a better drone, you don't need to spend a lot of money, you just need a better approach. Plan your shots, control your camera, slow down and fly with purpose. Try this challenge for instance. Next time you fly, pick 2 of these hacks to focus on. Film something simple, review it, see the difference, and you'll be amazed how quickly your footage starts to improve. And now that you've mastered the movement of your drone, I have a video right here that will show you how to compose a shot so your footage will look amazing. The rules are the same for photo and video, so give it a look. Thanks for watching.